it took me a little while to get here. Hang on, I gotta fix something here. I think my connection is a little wonky today. You'll have to bear with me here while there I am. Hey guys, Mary here at Mary's Heirloom Seeds. Welcome to another fun live video. There we go. Hey there, we got our wood chip garden. We got Morgan, awesome. Hi, welcome to another video live. Kind of got to catch my breath here, relax. It's been a crazy week already. I am Mary at Mary's Heirloom Seeds. Yes, there really is a Mary. If you are just joining me for the first time, I try to go live here every Thursday evening at 5 p.m. Pacific. It's windy here today, and it's chilly. Last week I was live and it was hot. Today it's cool, so I'm in kind of long sleeves or half sleeves anyway, and I'm hoping my camera doesn't blow over. So I'll give you guys a couple minutes to join me. If you haven't already subscribed, please subscribe to our YouTube channel. Hit that like button on this video. We would really appreciate it. Any of your positive feedback would be greatly appreciated. Today I want to talk about old seeds, but not necessarily old in that you have some seeds you bought in 2012 and you're wondering if you can plant them now. Today we've got bees in the garden. Today I want to talk about old seeds, off-kilter homestead, positive feedback, keeping awesome. Thank you, Haas. Okay, and if you haven't already checked out some of these awesome channels that are commenting on our video today, go ahead and check them out. Give them a subscribe and a like on some of their videos as well. Now, I had a customer. Hey, there you go in Michigan. Thank you for joining me. Welcome. So I had a question last week. Hey Robert, thank you for joining us as well. When I go live here on Thursdays, I like to share questions that customers have asked or random people. You don't necessarily have to buy from Mary's Heirloom Seeds to ask your questions, but I try and answer questions that we get through our website. If you haven't checked it out, if you go to marysheirloomseeds.com, hey Alvin, that is our website. Yes, there really is a Mary, and it's me, and I try to give you some helpful information. On our website is a page, Grow Your Own Food. On that page, there's a little teeny thing at the top. You can enter your information and ask your questions, and I try to share the information with you here when I go live. Hey, Crystal, you're stuck on a frozen screen, but you're back. Welcome. So today, I'm answering the question of, do you carry 1800 seeds from the 1800s or pre-1800s? Now that question, I wasn't completely sure if they were asking if I had literal seed stock from the 1800s, or if they're asking for seed varieties that can be traced back to the 1800s. Recently, Doc says, hey, did you know this university, they stored some seeds like 120 years ago and now they're growing them. So I really and truly, I didn't want to be a smart aleck and say, well, all our seeds are fresh. We don't have seeds from the 1800s. So my answer was all of our current seed stock. Hey, Jane. Hey, Lori. All of our current seed stock at Mary's Heirloom Seeds is fresh for this year. So if you're just joining me, it's May 20th, 2021, and all of our seeds are fresh for 2021. However, we do carry quite a few varieties that can be traced back to the 1800s or pre-1800s. Now, if you want a copy that if you want some of this information and you don't have to watch this video all the way through, if you go to marysheirloomseeds.com and you use the search option, you can type in ancient seeds. There are 2 articles, and I've updated both of them this week. There are 2 articles that will give you 1800 and pre-1800 heirloom seeds. Now first, what is an heirloom seed? Hey Robert, we got another one joining us today. Now what is an heirloom seed? An heirloom seed is a variety that can be traced back anywhere from 50 years to over 100 years and even further. We've got quite a few seed varieties that are over 400 years old. Now, not the actual seed stock, but it can be traced back over 400 years. An heirloom seed is open pollinated, it is non-GMO, and it is non-hybrid. So that is what an heirloom seed is. But let's talk about some older varieties, some that you might be having already growing in your garden, or maybe you want to purchase some seeds and add them to your garden, so you've got some what I call heritage seeds. These seeds have a rich history, and I plan on doing a much more in-depth video, but hey, welcome and thank you for joining us. I do plan on doing an in-depth video, but when I go live, it's a little tougher to do all that, and I've got some crazy wind. It's already blown my camera over once today, so I'm just trying to get you some information. All right, so first, we have Love Lies Bleeding Amaranth. If you go to Mary's Heirloom Seeds, we have this beautiful picture of Love Lies Bleeding. It's an amaranth. It has these trailing, beautiful flowers, and it's just gorgeous. Now, Love Lies Bleeding is a pre-1700 variety. It is heat tolerant, and it's what I call a double duty crop. Now, what's a double duty crop? A double duty crop, in my opinion, that's a phrase I use in quite a few of my videos. A double duty crop will provide you two things, sometimes more. Now, the amaranth in particular, not just Love Lies Bleeding, but all of the amaranth varieties I carry, you can use the leaves when they're small. They're nice and tender, and you can eat them raw, you can eat them cooked, just like you would spinach. But then if you allow it to grow even longer, even further and mature, you can harvest the seeds. Seeds can be cooked similar to quinoa. If you guys like quinoa, amaranth is a great one. So Love Lies Bleeding specifically is pre-1700s. Hey Christian, so if you're just joining me and you haven't subscribed to our channel, super exciting news. We just hit 6,000 subscribers. Thank you very much. And so hit that like button, share the video, subscribe to our channel if you haven't already. So number 2 is my absolute favorite beet. If you watched a couple weeks ago, I did a video on my favorite seed varieties, and I'm pretty sure Chioggia was definitely mentioned. Chioggia is a pre-1840s Italian heirloom, and it is beautiful. It arrived in the United States before 1865, so that's why we may not have its complete history, but we do have a little bit of history. Thank you, Christian. So the Chioggia beet looks kind of like a peppermint candy, kind of like a bullseye. If you slice it down the middle, check out the links after I'm done with this video and I get back into my office, which will be a little while. I will post the link to the Ancient Seeds Part 2, and the recent video we did on my favorite varieties. I'm pretty sure I also have it in a text version on our website. So you can check all this information out. St. Valerie carrot. Now that's another one. St. Valerie carrot is a French heirloom. It is pre-1885. So it's not pre-1800s, but it's still the 1800s. But the reason we say it's pre-1885, there's the Villemorins. I may have completely mispronounced that because I don't speak French. They mentioned them in 1885, and they said it was, quote, they had it for a, quote, long time. So we don't really get exactly how it was. They may not have been cataloging seeds that far in our history, but some of these, at least, we do have a little bit. Some of them are portrayed in paintings, and we know that it's a specific variety, and that's why we know, for example, it's pre-1885. Heirloom seeds specifically weren't as popular back in the 1800s because they were just seeds. Let's see, cute. I heard the chickens on your property. Yep, this is actually my sister's property. I'm doing a little bit of different settings here today. So I'm at my sister's place. We showed her garden a couple, I think last week I was here actually, and I planted a bed over there over the weekend, some onions and some melons, and yeah, she's got chickens and ducks, and she's got one rabbit. My niece says she wants another rabbit, so we'll see how that works out. Rabbit poop is amazing to use in the garden, so it's not a bad idea. Let's see, looks like do-it-yourself fence post with plastic mesh and bamboo. Actually, that is not plastic mesh. That's some really thick gauge metal cages in the back, or at least fencing in the back. I did a video on our Facebook page. If you missed it, I did a little round in her garden and shared some info here. So now, yellow scallop squash. Yellow scallop squash is pre-1600s. Now, I've shared, to me, it's a normal thing because we grow yellow scallop squash every year. It's also called patty pan squash. Crystal says, come visit me in Missouri. That's a little far away from me. I am fortunate that my sister doesn't live that far. And I was actually thinking I should go live in my other sister's garden, because she's got chickens as well in her garden. Mine's a mess right now, so we're doing a little something different. I actually had to take down my greenhouse. It was not a pretty day. Okay, so yellow scallop squash is also called patty pan squash. Now, I've posted it to my Facebook page in the past, and I've had customers go, well, I've never seen yellow. I've only ever seen white. And for me, the white was actually a little more rare than the yellow. So we actually carry green tint, we carry white, and we carry a yellow scallop squash at Mary's Heirloom Seeds. But the yellow scallop squash is a very old variety as well. It's probably one of my favorites. If you're looking for a really good recipe, at Mary's Heirloom Seeds, I have a recipe for stuffed scallop squash. It's so easy. I used yellow pear tomatoes, I used fresh basil, and I used fresh mozzarella. Super easy. And I just stuffed it, baked it. So simple, so easy, and it was really, really good. It's a simple meal when you're not really wanting to cook a giant meal, but you want something fresh from the garden. Super yummy. Speckled lettuce. Now, speckled lettuce is back in stock as of this week at Mary's Heirloom Seeds. It's a really popular variety. We sold out last year. We've got a fresh batch this year. It is an apple green with some speckled red, which makes it a really pretty addition to your salad. And this was actually a Dutch variety that was brought from the Netherlands to actually to Canada by Mennonites back in 1799 by Urias Martin. So these seeds have some cool history. I do like to do a lot of research on these seeds. Obviously, before I add them to my garden, I want to make sure I know what type of seeds they are and where they're coming from. So this is a super exciting variety. It's really simple. It's a loose leaf variety. So if you're looking for something yummy to add to your salads and add a little flavor and add a little color, it is a really nice apple green color with some red splashed in there to add a little pizzazz to your salad, right? We've got Connecticut field pumpkin. Now, this is a really common jack-o'-lantern pumpkin. This variety was introduced prior to the 1700s, so we can trace that back quite a little ways. So that's a really nice one. Hang on, I can't read your question. Hey, Dr. Hart, if you're watching, maybe you can help me out with that comment. So Connecticut field pumpkin, usually grown around 20 pounds. They reach about 12 inches in diameter, and they're a fantastic variety for, awesome, thanks. It's a fantastic variety for jack-o'-lanterns. So if you want to grow something for your fall garden, if you want to grow something for Halloween or Thanksgiving, these are fantastic options for you. Thank you. Cherokee purple tomatoes. Now, if you read my article on my favorite varieties, if I had to choose one tomato, hands down, it would be Cherokee purple tomato. Now, I do have some other favorites like the San Marzano paste and the yellow pear tomato, but those are in a different classification of tomatoes. The Cherokee purple tomato is a pre-1890s variety, and it's an old Cherokee variety. So again, it's not necessarily a variety that you're going to have a lot of documentation on. We do have a lot of Native American varieties, which I feel blessed to be able to share that with people. I consider myself a very lucky person to be able to have these seeds available for those of you that are interested in heirloom varieties. Crystal says, I'm a real sucker for a fresh garden tomato, and Cherokee purple has been one of my favorites for years. I think that I have had Cherokee purple tomatoes in my garden for as long as I can remember. Definitely for as long as we've been on our property, which is 6 years. So I definitely love the Cherokee purple tomatoes. They are a beefsteak type variety. While they are on the sweet side, they do have this deeper, I wouldn't call it meaty. Some people call it smoky. I really don't know exactly what it would be. It has a different type of flavor. It's not as sweet as like a yellow brandywine tomato. It just has a very unique flavor profile. Hang on, let me read some of these comments here. Have you tried the brandywine tomato, the Seduce strain? Which do you think tastes better? So the Seduce strain is a brandywine, and there's different brandywine tomatoes. We carry pink brandywine, we carry yellow brandywine. So the pink brandywine and the Seduce strain taste very similar. They're both a reddish. The Seduce is much deeper red. The pink brandywine obviously is more pink. And the yellow is much sweeter. So that's one of the things that we have, both of those on our website. So if you're looking for some different flavor profiles, we have pink brandywine, yellow brandywine, Seduce strain being red. And depending on your area, sometimes that's going to determine what you're going to grow. I have to double check this, but I think the Seduce strain might be more heat tolerant. I would have to look that up. I'm not 100% sure. And obviously, being out in the garden, I don't have my computer out in front of me to double check. But you can find the information available at Mary's Heirloom Seeds. By the way, if you're just joining me, thank you very much. I'm Mary at Mary's Heirloom Seeds, and I do try to go live here every Thursday at 5 p.m. Pacific time. For those of you on the East Coast, that's 8 p.m. Please feel free to subscribe to our channel and hit that like button on our video today. That is the last of the seed varieties that I wanted to share with you. Honestly, I could probably sit here all day and tell you about all the different seed varieties we carry. Hey, Sergio, yep, you're on the East Coast, so it's a little later and probably darker out where you are. It is starting to get dark, but not really. We've got a lot of clouds and it's a little chilly out. Crystal says yellow tomatoes are usually pretty sweet and good. I have definitely found that the yellow varieties that we have grown have been on the sweeter side compared to a red. So those are definitely some good ones. I did want to add one more variety here for you today, and that is the Cherokee Trail of Tears bean. That is one that is ethically sourced, that we get from an ethical grower. It's important for me because that's one of the things they do give back. So when, let's see, Mimsy's Garden says Mississippi here 720. Nice. So the Cherokee Trail of Tears has a very long past. It is said to have been passed down from the Native Americans that were traveling on the Trail of Tears. And if you don't know about that, it's a important part of our history to learn about. And I won't go into too many details because we do try to stay positive, but we do want to know that the reality of some of the seeds that we source So that's a really important one. Some of the varieties that we carry do have a very strong Native American background. So we want to make sure that we honor that source and that variety. So if you haven't checked it out, do a little bit of reading up on that for me. So last but not least, I did have a garden question that has very little to do with specific seed varieties. A customer today actually asked me about fishbone meal. And before I get into that, I do want to share one super awesome thing. Totally forgot to share with you in the beginning. If you go to marysheirloomseeds.com, I have updated the homepage image. I'm losing you here. There we go. I've updated the homepage image because we have a seed combo pack sale. Chickens are running around over there. We have a seed pack combo sale. So if you're looking to purchase seed combo packs, we have a discount code for 10% off all of our seed combo packs. I see them flying around in there. So at checkout, use seed combo pack 21. That is the discount code. So all one word, seed combo 21. I need to repeat that because I might have messed it up first. Seed combo 21. If you go to marysheirloomseeds.com, you'll see it on the homepage. So just so you know. But fishbone meal is still on sale. I do have quite a few pounds left actually, and it's a really good variety to add into your garden if you're looking for something that adds phosphorus to your garden. Phosphorus is really good for blooming. It's also good for root health. So for those of you that might have been struggling with blooming, not getting enough flowers in your garden, that is definitely something that you might want to consider. So that was the question I had on our Facebook page about fishbone meal. So that is still on sale, and it is on our website as well. Whew. All right, so it is Thursday. I go live here every Thursday at 5 p.m. Pacific time. Today we talked about old seeds, but not necessarily old in actual seed stock, but the history of those seeds. Yes, Chris Hansen, fishbone meal does help. It is moderate on the nitrogen. It is higher in the phosphorus. You don't want to use too much phosphorus in your garden, but if you do have a deficiency in phosphorus in your garden, it will be helpful. So I have answered some questions. If you have more questions, you can always send an email to mary@marysheirloomseeds.com. I've got being blown away here, so I'm going to head out and be done for the evening. Again, my email is mary@marysheirloomseeds.com. You can also go to marysheirloomseeds.com and you can use the Grow Your Own Food page, and you can ask your questions there, and I will try to answer them on one of our next live videos. Alrighty, I am Mary signing off, and have an awesome evening and happy planting.